it's me. You know, one of the main motivations for why I do the content that I do, like especially on TikTok, is because I know that all my life I wanted to be married, and there was a point in my life where once I got into college and stuff, that like dream kind of started to fade into the background, and I stopped believing that it was possible for me, and I started making decisions that got in the way of propelling me to get that goal of marriage and stuff. And I didn't see how it was an act of self-hate. And I know that there are women out there and young girls who want to be married, and a part of them has lost hope or don't know how. They don't understand how they contribute to their misery. And so I'm going to help you be aware of that and how you can get married, because I feel so lucky. I'm so unworthy sometimes, you know. I feel like, whoa, like, how did I get married to such a good man? He's helped me become such a better person. He's helped me love myself because he shows me how much he loves me. And I feel like every girl deserves to feel that, you know what I mean? But it takes work. It takes denying yourself. You hate men. You don't even know where it comes from, but it's there, and we need to overcome that. Until you overcome that, he ain't coming, you know? So that's why I do what I do and say what I say, because I feel like everyone is on the internet talking about how bad marriage is. We're getting married, babe. We're gonna get you guys married because you deserve to be married. This is why I'm anti-feminist. The movement is so tiny compared to what I'm against. There is a feminist spirit within every woman. Sometimes I have to face that and deal with that spirit when I'm dealing with my husband and he tells me something and I don't want to hear it. I identify that as the feminist spirit that is constantly at war with men. So I'm against that, and I'm interested in overcoming that because, like, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but peak femininity, peak beauty is obedience, babe. It is. When you feel nothing and you are at peace and nothing bothers you, that shit, that is beauty. That is femininity. You feel good. Do you know what I mean? When you're worried about what other people think and you're worried about a bitch being fake and all that stuff, and you're competing with other women and that stuff, that's all that feminist shit, I'm telling you. We all have that power of being able to read into situations and read into other people's souls and spirits and stuff. All women have that. And we like to use it for evil. We do. To get our own way. And sometimes getting our own way is bad for us. It really is. So you gotta overcome that. It's such a journey. It's really hard to overcome it, but you will. That's why women always complain about not being able to make friends, because it feels impossible. It almost is. You know? It literally feels impossible to be friends with women because we all have that feminist spirit in us that we have to overcome. And so the feminist movement to me is like a manifestation of the evil nature in women that controls the world. I know it sounds crazy and conspiracy, but it's not conspiracy. That's why when you look at what feminism has given us, and you look at all the realms where more women have entered these spaces. So what I was trying to say about our women's sexual power, because that's where our power lies. That's where you see like the Medusa and any female archetype ever. They use their sexuality as power because that's the only way that they can make men weak, right? And so you'll see it in the workspace. That's why women run HR, and that's why HR runs corporate. All you have to do is file a little claim that you got abused. No one's questioning it. That's why the Me Too movement is a thing. That's why it's always like listen to women. And it works because there's no way, like how can you tell a woman she's lying without sounding like a bigot, without sounding like a grape apologist, you know what I mean? So these are very complex conversations that we're attacking on this channel. And I think it's important that there is a space where we talk about it in a way that actually gives you a solution. Because a lot of these other creators, you know, they'll call this stuff out, But the answer is not single life. The answer is not to hate everything. This is a problem that will always be in human nature no matter what. And people don't understand that this shit is a game. It's not a modern issue. This is always the issue. This is the man and woman issue. This is Adam and Eve, babe. Eve suggested to Adam, Adam fed into it, and it's ultimately Adam's fault because Adam didn't protect her from Eve's nature, that evil sexual nature. So that willfulness, that suggestion, that shit, that's why I tell women they need a man, because you need a man to correct you. You need a man to tell you how to be. You need a man to love you for who you are so that you can be who you are and blossom. Because without my husband, I would have never shared content. I would have never felt like I was enough. I would have never ever loved me as who I am. A person who is fighting for truth every day. You know, I'm so interested in truth. I've always been. And I feel like I wasn't able to really have the friendships that I desired because everyone doesn't care about the things I fucking care about. And that's okay. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like marriage gives you that friend, that lifelong friend that cares about everything that you fucking care about. That's what marriage gives you, okay? So stop trusting your friends. Get you a man. Do you know what I mean? Don't do that. It's just evil. Because when you're once you're in a marriage, you are trying to forget those other guys that you were with. Do you know what I mean? Ugh, it's the worst. Literally the worst. So last night I was talking about how like people will like push women to be independent, and that doesn't come from people caring about you. That comes from people putting their sin onto you, their heartbreaks onto you. They're like, oh, I got my heart broken, so just want to warn you to not get your heart broken. Like, the only advice you should give women is to not have sex. That would solve a lot of the problems. But no, let the girl explore. She needs her freedom. She needs this, she needs that, blah, 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 blah. And they like twist everything and manipulate you to where you become just as damaged as they are. It's fucked. Don't allow people to corrupt you. Don't allow people to control you. Don't allow people to tell you, hey, this is what happens when you're married. It's terrible. You're going to get divorced. He's going to cheat on you. Babe, he cheated on you. And you have to ask yourself, why did she get cheated on? Do you know? Some women out here don't get cheated on. You know? Why did you get cheated on? What did you do? Were you there? Do you know what I mean? What was the relationship really like? Do you know what I'm saying? Men don't just cheat because they're bad people. I promise you, men cheat because there was something you weren't giving him that he was able to get somewhere else. It's really that simple. Anytime you start adding all this other stuff, oh, it was because he doesn't know who he is and all this, blah, blah. You're not in his body to be able to tell a man what he is and what he's not. But you do have awareness to know where you're at and where you lack. And you have to exercise that. You have to really, really exercise that muscle and understand, where do I contribute? You know what I mean? How am I contributing to my misery? It's not about other people. You need to be worried about you. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing that is preventing men from being attracted to you? What are you doing? You're single because there's something wrong with you. And you need to think like that. You can't be out here just, the men just cheat because they're bad, because they're this, because they're that, blah, 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 blah. No, Buki. Why'd you date him? Ask yourself that. What found you attracted to a man that you weren't willing to like give everything to? Why are you even concerned about a person that, like, just move on? Like, why are we even spending time talking about it? Do you know what I mean? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. It's because it is a reflection of what you think you deserve. The people you date are a reflection of what you think you deserve. That's it. You guys add all this other complex stuff and you're unable to overcome anything and get anywhere in your life because you add all this complex shit and complicate everything. And it makes it hard for you to beat the game. Like, you get too caught the fuck up. Stop getting caught up with all the drama and the he said, she said, and oh, that other girl did this, and oh, he actually is insecure about who he is. Like, just stop. Let it go. Do you know what I mean? Let it go. Let it go. You don't fucking know what you're talking about. I promise you don't know what you're talking about. The only thing you know is that you did something wrong and you don't want to admit it. And that's it. Okay? Okay, I forced my husband to bring me back up because we only have one key. Because if I have a key, like, I'm gonna run away. So, I'm just kidding. It's because my brother lives here too. So, dang, I'm telling you all my business.